Hello, this is Backyard Musings, broadcasting live from the Double Wide in Apple Valley. I almost said El Paso. Oh my gosh.
Don't want to be in El Paso.
That would be a throwback from 30 years ago. I'm Steve.
And I'm Scott.
Welcome. Today we're going to be talking about, it's a packed day today. We're talking about that judgment against Trump in New York. Jean Carroll.
83 million.
83.7.
Large. Yeah, 83 million.
Large. What would you do with that? I'd get a new life.
That would be a game changer. It definitely would.
Like houses for my kids and for me. Tithing would take a big chunk.
Yeah, but I would hope that I would not have to get that kind of money in the way that this woman did.
So. We're going to get into that. This is pretty weird. We're going to get into that. So the backstory is that Jean Carroll she's a girl, wrote in a 2019 article that Trump raped her in a New York City department store dressing room during normal business hours. Trump has publicly denied this allegation as a hoax and that Carroll is a con job. You know, he counterpunches, right?
Absolutely.
He always counterpunches.
That's his
Somebody
style.
comes after him.
That's his style.
So according to Business Insider, I'm just throwing this out there, 26 women have accused Trump of sexual misconduct. You know, take it for what you will. I mean, you've got to prove it in court if something happened. Right? So the two issues that Carroll has raised in the suit include the claim of battery, citing psychological harm she's experienced because of Trump's alleged sexual assault, and the claim of defamation due to comments he's made about her manufacturing the allegation. She claimed her defamation injuries occurred because she was fired from her job as a sex advice boyfriend/relationship columnist. She claims Trump's denials and retorts ruined her career, his counterpunches. So, first thing I want to make a point, battery, you can't hurt someone's feelings with battery. Battery is a physical touching. Like, this is a battery.
Correct.
I just battered you.
Right.
It takes a physical touching.
Correct.
We'll get into that.
Physical action, right.
So, under criminal law, battery is the intentional or criminally negligent application of unlawful force to the person of another. I don't think force can be construed as words, like psionics or anything like that.
Exactly.
It's got to be a touch. So I think the battery is going to fail because of the statute of limitations for the alleged crime. And plus there's no touching.
Well, just remember, this is happening in New York, so.
Yeah. So under tort law, defamation is a false statement of material fact published to others about the plaintiff, Jean Carroll, causing damage to reputation. A defamation may be slander when it's oral, spoken, or libel when it's written in a paper or magazine. Many false statements are privileged, where the defendant speaks to defend a private interest. That would be, Trump would be defending himself, private interest, group interest, or public interest, and does so without malice and in a reasonable manner. Well, I mean, he counterpunches, so there might be a little bit of malice there. So, substantial truth is always a defense to defamation. If you can prove that something's true, it's not defamation. But you can't prove that something didn't happen. It's impossible. I'd like you to try it. Can you try that right now?
I can't. Yeah, no, that's just not possible.
You can't prove that something isn't true or didn't happen.
Right.
Rather, the plaintiff has to prove that something did occur.
Did happen.
All right. So this court held that Trump was liable for $83 million in consequential and punitive damages. The vast bulk of that, I think it was $50 million, was punitive in order to deter him or others like him from defaming, whatever, if there was a defaming that happened. So, underlying all this, he's facing and has angered a left-wing claimant, Jean Carroll,
correct,
a hostile left-wing judge. What was that, Engoron? Is that his name, Engoron?
Right.
And a left-wing New York jury, all left sliders here. So
stacked deck.
Stacked deck.
Yeah.
Right.
And she can't even remember when it happened exactly.
She can't even remember the exact year, let alone the date. So that's what's weird about this, right?
It is.
How do you prove it if you don't know? Well, she said that she told two friends when it happened, and those two friends confirmed that, yes, she told this to us.
This has a lot of the same situation as the Kavanaugh hearings when he was trying to be confirmed for Supreme Court justice. A
smear.
Exactly. They come out of the woodwork with this stuff, and then after it goes away. But this obviously did not go away. This is going to cost the men some money. I believe there's appeal process here, right? It's going to be appeal
usually
process.
You appeal on process. You can't add new facts or, it's how it was done.
Right.
which you appeal on.
Appeal the money, right? You're gonna
Appeal the money based on the procedure of what happened in court is what is going to happen. And so we talked a couple days ago. Crush your rivals. Crush your rivals is how you keep power and maintain it. And using a smear campaign helps to crush your rivals.
Well, and this kind of thing is not new to Donald Trump. I mean, he's been facing this for a number of years. Even before he became president, they tried to attack him and did attack him. He was attacked twice as president, for the impeachment process.
Perfect, fine phone call.
Yeah, I mean, they're just trying to drive this guy away, and thank goodness he is a fighter and is willing to do that, as well as his family. His family has been attacked as well, and they're right with him. They're standing strong. The Trump family.
They have to. You have to.
They do.
You got to circle the wagons.
Exactly. And you'd think that if they had done this, that they would have just turned tailed and run. And
it's daunting.
Lock it up.
Especially with all this money involved and you got to pay for lawyers. It's daunting.
It is. It is.
I mean, nobody has a budget for legal fees every year,
or a settlement like this. That's just crazy.
And then she's on the news, and she's gleeful about how she's going to spend the money. She was on CNN talking about this is how I'm going to spend the money, and they're all goofing around. Rachel Maddow is laughing, and she can't believe she's just making fun of it. It reminds me of when he was impeached, and Nancy Pelosi had the pens. They were signing it, and she was so gleeful.
Like it was a new bill.
She couldn't get over herself. She was so gleeful that this was happening.
Yeah, they're a sick breed. I'm telling you. Sick breed.
That's a way to put it. Yeah. So the magazine vehemently denied that they cut her loose because of Trump. Even because of that, they still denied it.
Yeah, they said that she just wasn't pulling her weight. Basically, she wasn't working up to her contract. So, and that's I don't know why that wasn't. Maybe it was presented and the jury just did not take that into consideration. Just sad.
So let's talk about how the deck is stacked. We already talked about the judge and the prosecutor and the jury. The New York legislature in 2022 passed a new law, the Adult Survivors Act. It post facto, which means retro, established a 12-month window beginning 6 months from the signing of the bill that permitted survivors of long ago alleged sexual assaults to suddenly sue their accused long ago perpetrator, regardless of the previous statute of limitations. So this bill was introduced by a Trump antagonist.
Oh, it was directed, I'm sure.
A state senator, Democrat.
Directed right at Donald Trump and these type of allegations.
So that breathed life into Carroll's claim to
absolutely
to go after the deep pockets.
Absolutely.
So more interestingly, this same Democrat, state senator in New York, had earlier introduced and had passed another Trump-targeted bill, the Trust
Act, right?
Act, which empowered particular federal congressional committees to access New York State's once sealed tax returns of high-ranking government officials, such as Trump. Do you think this is a target?
I was going to say, how many more people? How many other people have they gone after that you remember with this Trust Act? This one.
Trust. My research didn't turn up anybody.
Yeah, Trump is the target again.
Yeah, it's designed to make Trump's prior legally unactionable behavior now actionable. It's targeting.
Yeah.
So you think about this. This summer he's still got to face Fani Willis in Georgia, which there's shenanigans going on there. Jack Smith, which has got a weak. He's got a weak case, and Jack Smith doesn't even bring up insurrection. It's just obstruction, right? And then Letitia James and Alvin Bragg. And it seems like these were stacked to provide election interference. That's what it seems like to me.
Oh, the timing of it is right on at that.
And in those jurisdictions, you have left-leaning judges, left-leaning prosecutors, left-leaning jury. Remember that lead juror who went on the circuit? It was the... get it out of my mouth. What was it? where you have like a jury come together and say, yes, we think we can indict him.
Oh, grand jury?
Grand jury. There we go. Grand jury. Thank you very much.
Sure.
Yeah, so she went on a little circuit tour of interviewing with CNN. Oh, yeah, I had to read. I was gleeful about reading him the oath he's got to take in the courtroom, and that was weird.
Yeah,
that was weird.
It's all very, very personal.
Just to get limelight,
yeah,
especially for that woman. I think this, because he's the front runner, is why this is looking like election interference. And these are clever workarounds. We talked about the Dem workarounds.
These kind of things are what you'd see in third world countries where they're attacking a political rival that is clearly the front runner and not and faring very well in the polls against the current administration.
Yeah.
So it's blatant, like we talked about the other day. It used to be this stuff went on in the back room, dark alley stuff, but this is right out in the open.
Yeah, it's blatant.
It is.
Yeah.
It's just
no hiding it.
Yeah.
I think they're just drunk with power. And recall that Letitia James and Fannie Willis, they campaigned on Get Trump.
Get Trump, yeah.
They campaigned on that.
What a motto.
And there was...
What a slogan.
Yeah. Well, I guess in left-leaning, that would be a great slogan. And then there was like coordination with the White House in some of these jurisdictions, visits that they made. Like the prosecutor, Fannie Willis, the prosecutor, visited the White House, and the J6 committee.
Connected to the J6 committee.
Yeah. So we're going to watch this carefully. We'll see how the appeal goes. It's going to take months and months and months to do this appeal. So, but we'll keep you posted. That's pretty much enough for today, folks. We hope that you liked the show. And if you did like it, tell your friends, your family, and your enemies. Right? And tell them to click subscribe.
And love the comments. Negative or positive. Love the comments.
We'll take all the comments. All right, thanks, guys. Bye.
Have a good day. Thank you.